Hello guys, welcome to our channel. I am Parvon.
And I am Muskan.
And today we are going to watch 20 things that Nazi invented and you didn't know about. So I thought Nazis were the only one, the invaders, the fighters, and the ones that broke everyone's bones and they were just killers.
Only terror comes in my mind.
Yes, terror actually comes into our mind because the way they are, the way their image is, that always like Hitler and everything. So let's see what is there in this
Video.
He is the architect of one of the greatest disasters the world has ever seen.
Yeah, Hitler.
He spent hours in front of a mirror practicing different poses.
Wow.
The Nazi regime in Germany was one of the bloodiest
drama.
and most destructive periods in human history. Amid the shadows of war and the echoes of bombs, however, emerged innovations that drastically changed the world. What technological marvels lie hidden in the Nazi treasure chest? And how did German scientists reshape medical science, food engineering, and even the automobile industry? From Nazi crack to the electric boat, here are 20 things that Nazis invented and you didn't know about.
Fancy banana.
Number 20. Pervitin, the soldier's stimulant. As Hitler waged his devastating
What is
war
that?
against some of the world's most powerful nations, the Third Reich's desperation led to policies that are heavily frowned upon today. One such policy was the administration of hard drugs to soldiers on the battlefield to enhance their physical capabilities and reduce fatigue.
Like steroids.
Pervitin, an early form of methamphetamine, became a widely used drug among Nazi soldiers, and it was even available without a prescription. The drug's
Pervitin.
widespread use
It's like
highlights
a
the
fuel
extreme
for your
measures the
brain,
regime
right?
Yeah.
took to keep their soldiers fighting relentlessly, often without sleep, rest, or a chance to question their orders. The broader impact of Pervitin was not immediately
drugs.
understood. Post-war research eventually revealed the severe long-term health consequences of methamphetamine use, including addiction, psychological issues, and physical health deterioration. This dark chapter in history serves as a reminder of the dangerous extremes governments can resort to during desperate times.
This is a bad
leaving
invention.
lasting scars on their societies.
Very bad.
Number 19. Electro boot, the submersible revolution. As the tides of World War II began to turn against Germany, the Nazi regime sought to create wonder weapons that might salvage their dwindling fortunes. One of these innovations was the Electro boot, the first submarine designed to operate primarily submerged rather than as a surface vessel. Up until then, most submarines spent the majority of their time on the surface, submerging only when necessary to attack. The Electro boot, also known as the Type 21 U-boat, revolutionized submarine warfare by being able to stay submerged for several days. The Electro boot was a marvel of its time, capable of reaching speeds of 17 knots,
What?
30 miles per hour, while submerged. This was a significant improvement over previous models. Moreover, it featured the ability to charge its batteries at periscope depth without needing to surface, greatly enhancing its stealth capabilities.
Crazy.
These advancements made the Electro boot stand out among its contemporaries and set the stage for the development of modern submersibles. The introduction of the Electro boot had far-reaching implications for naval warfare. Its design influenced post-war submarine construction across the world, leading to more efficient and effective underwater vessels.
Wow.
Today, the principles behind the Electro boot continue to inspire the development of cutting-edge submarines, underscoring the lasting impact of this wartime innovation. Number 18. The Intramodular rod, revolutionizing bone fracture treatment. Beyond their military technology and propaganda, the Nazis made significant strides in medical science, pioneering new advancements and procedures. One notable example is the Intramodular rod, also known as the Intramodular nail, developed in 1939 by German scientist Gerhard Küncher. During World War II, many soldiers suffered from femur fractures, and while there were established procedures to treat these injuries, they weren't as efficient as the Nazis desired. Traditional treatments using traction or plaster required long periods of inactivity, which the army could not afford. Therefore, German scientists were tasked with creating a method to accelerate the healing process of broken bones, allowing wounded soldiers to return to the battlefield sooner.
Wow.
It was under these circumstances that the Intramodular rod was introduced, transforming orthopedic treatment. This rod, made of titanium or stainless steel, was inserted into the bone's canal at the hip or knee and then screwed in place, maintaining the correct alignment of the bone during the healing process. This innovation allowed soldiers to recover more quickly, sometimes within just a few weeks, enabling them to resume their duties.
A lot of people have
the
rods in their
intramedullary rod proved so effective
now.
that its use extended beyond World War II. Today, it remains a vital tool in orthopedic surgery, aiding in the treatment of various types of fractures and revolutionizing patient care in the medical field. Kuncher's invention paved the way for further advancements in orthopedic technology. The principles behind the intramedullary rod have inspired the development of more sophisticated implants and surgical techniques, improving patient outcomes and recovery times. The introduction of this technology marked a significant leap forward in the medical treatment of fractures, highlighting the intersection of necessity and innovation during wartime. Number 17. Horton Ho 229, the pioneering stealth aircraft. In 1943,
The bomber that we
Hermann
see
Göring,
of
the
America,
head of the Luftwaffe,
looks a
issued
copy
challenge
of this.
to German
Very
manufacturers
similar.
to develop a light bomber that met stringent requirements. It had to carry over 2,200 pounds of bombs,
Design
cover
is
a
too
distance
old,
of
huh?
620 miles,
In 1940s,
and reach a
they
speed
think
of
this.
620 miles per hour.
Great.
At that time, only jet propulsion engines could achieve such speeds, but they consumed large amounts of fuel, posing a significant challenge. The Horton brothers, Walter and Reimar, took on the project, leading to the creation of the Horton Ho 229, a revolutionary turbojet engine stealth aircraft that was ahead of its time. The Horton Ho 229 featured an aerodynamic flying wing design, allowing it to evade radar detection and infiltrate enemy territories. Its innovative design was a marvel of engineering, showcasing the potential of stealth technology in aerial warfare. However, the project faced setbacks, culminating in the destruction of the last working prototype in a crash on February 18, 1945.
1945
Although the
only.
Horton Ho 229 never reached mass production, it set the stage for future developments in stealth aircraft technology.
Like the B-2
Horton
bomber.
brothers' work did not go unnoticed. Their design principles influenced post-war aircraft development, contributing to the evolution of modern stealth fighters and bombers. The Horton Ho 229 remains a symbol of the ingenuity and ambition of wartime engineering, demonstrating how technological advancements can emerge even during periods of conflict and turmoil. Number 16. The Enigma Machine, the cipher of war. The Enigma Machine, an extraordinary invention developed by Germany, was designed to deliver top-secret messages securely. Invented by German
They were
engineer
so
Arthur Scherbius
creative,
at the end of
Germans.
World War I, the machine became integral to the German military during World War II. It provided the most secure means of communication between troops and senior government officials. Hitler and his scientists made several advancements to the machine, increasing its complexity and making it more difficult for enemy forces to decrypt. The continuous cat-and-mouse game between Nazi Germany and the Allies over the Enigma cipher demonstrated the importance of cryptography in modern warfare. The breakthroughs achieved in cracking the Enigma code laid the foundation for future advancements in computer science and cybersecurity. The Enigma Machine remains a testament to the ingenuity
A
and
lot of things
determination
started
of
at
those
this
who
place.
worked tirelessly to uncover its secrets, ultimately contributing to the Allied victory in World War II. Number 15. Einheitsempfänger, the Nazi television. In August
Nazi
1939, a significant technological breakthrough emerged with the introduction of the Einheitsfernsehempfänger E1, translating to TV receiver E1. Also known as the Volksfernseher, or the People's TV, this invention revolutionized media dissemination during its time, elevating Nazi propaganda to unprecedented
because only
levels.
thing that you can
Although
see on
television
TV is
technology
this.
had existed before the Nazi regime, the production of this specific version was a strategic move to bolster support for the war effort in Germany. Research for the project
Television
commenced
still
in
was there, but it was like
1938,
specific
involving the
television.
Reichspost
Yeah.
and several companies, including Bosch, Blaupunkt, Loewe, and Lawrence. The goal was to produce
Even my
10,000
TV is
units to be
Blaupunkt.
distributed across homes, offices, and military bases in Germany during World War II. The development of the Einheitsfernsehempfänger also underscores the broader context of media manipulation during the Nazi era. The regime understood the power of media in shaping public opinion and used this television to maintain a stronghold on information. This strategic use of technology for propaganda paved the way for modern discussions on media ethics and the potential dangers of state-controlled
of that
media.
time.
The legacy of the Einheitsfernsehempfänger remains a powerful reminder of how technology can be wielded to influence and control societies. Number 14. Volksempfänger, the People's Receiver. Alongside the People's TV, another invention aimed at spreading Nazi propaganda was the Volksempfänger, or the People's Receiver. This series of affordable radio receivers was developed by Nazi
this is a
engineer
radio.
Otto Friesing at the behest of Joseph Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda. The purpose was to ensure every household in Germany could access radio broadcasts, allowing the Nazi regime to disseminate its messages of hate and war.
Because not everyone can have TV,
The first
but they can
model
have
of this
radio.
radio
Yeah,
was
they can
introduced
listen
on
to it, like
August
what is
18th,
happening.
1933, and sold for 76 Reichsmark, roughly equivalent to 2 weeks' average salary at the time. The People's Receiver also played a crucial role in maintaining the Nazi regime's control over the information landscape. The widespread availability of the Volksempfänger allowed the regime to create a unified narrative, marginalizing dissenting voices and fostering a sense of nationalistic fervor. This strategic use of radio technology exemplified the power of media in shaping public perception
They were
and
very
highlights the
creative.
importance of
Yeah.
free and independent press in maintaining a healthy democracy. Number 13. World's first fighter jet. Introducing the Messerschmitt Me-262. Schwalbe,
Was the
known as the
first
world's
fighter
first
jet.
mass-produced
Yeah.
fighter jet,
Wow.
marked a monumental leap in aviation history. The development of this groundbreaking aircraft can be traced back to Adolf Hitler's vision of creating a wonder weapon capable of bombing the Allies. The design phase began in April 1939, even before World War II officially started. On April 18, 1941, the Me-262 made its maiden flight using a piston engine, and over a year later, on July 18, 1942, it achieved its first jet-powered flight. This marked the dawn of a new era in military technology and aviation. In addition to its military applications, the Me-262's innovative design influenced the future development of fighter jets. The principles of jet propulsion and aerodynamic efficiency pioneered by this aircraft laid the groundwork for subsequent generations of jet-powered aircraft. The Me-262 remains a significant milestone in aviation history, symbolizing the technological advancements achieved during wartime and the enduring
They
impact
were
of
the
these
first.
innovations on modern military
Everybody
aviation.
started
else
this.
copied them.
Number 12.
Yeah.
Land Kroiser P1000 Rada.
Oh.
Did you know that
It's a
during World War
tank.
II, the Germans
It's a
attempted to
tank,
design
right?
a
Yeah.
colossal tank that was 5 times larger than a typical tank? This ambitious
Huge.
project was known as the Land Kroiser
5 times
P1000
larger than
Rada.
a normal tank.
Conceived in
Yeah,
June
that's why I asked you, is
1942
it a
by Edward
tank or
Grota,
what?
the director of Krupp, this behemoth was envisioned to weigh around 1,000 tons,
Oh.
vastly surpassing the Panzer VIII Maus, which was the heaviest
Very
tank
heavy.
ever built at the time. Adolf Hitler himself became intrigued by the concept, seeing it as a symbol of Nazi engineering prowess.
Oh.
However, in early 1943, the project was cancelled by the Minister of Armaments, Albert
Why?
Speer, who deemed it impractical and unrealistic. The cancellation of the Land Kroiser P1000 Rata marked a turning point in Nazi military strategy, highlighting the shift from grandiose projects to more practical and achievable wartime technologies. This change in direction was necessary as resources became scarcer and the war situation grew increasingly dire for Germany. The Rata, while never built, serves as a testament to the extreme lengths the Nazis were willing
so
to
they
go
never
to
built
in their
it.
quest for
Yeah.
military dominance.
Wow.
Number 11. 3D filming. During his reign,
that
Hitler poured
time?
substantial resources into his
Whoa.
propaganda machine. So
In
it is
India,
not surprising that
1947,
Nazi
there was
engineers
black and white
pioneered
films.
advancements in 3D filming technology. Remarkably, Germany discovered and utilized this technology years before Hollywood began incorporating
Oh
it
my
into their
God.
productions. According to revelations by Australian filmmaker Philippe Mora, 2 Nazi propaganda films shot in 3D were discovered, dating back to 1936. This was a full 16 years before Hollywood commercialized the technology in 1953. The discovery of these films highlights how advanced Nazi Germany was in utilizing cutting-edge technology for propaganda purposes. These early 3D films were used to create a more immersive and engaging experience for viewers, thereby enhancing the effectiveness of the propaganda messages. The technology behind these 3D films involved innovative methods of capturing and projecting images that created a sense of depth, making the visual experience more lifelike. The influence of Nazi advancements in 3D filming can be seen in the broader context of technological progress. While the 3D technology of today is far more sophisticated, the early experiments by Nazi engineers laid the groundwork for future developments in the field. The legacy of these innovations is a reminder of how technology can be harnessed for both positive and negative purposes.
Yeah.
Time for the fancy topic. In a startling historical revelation, this photo unveils one of the Nazis' most secretive inventions, a prototype flying saucer. Few people knew that during World War II, the Nazis invested heavily in experimental aviation technology. This mysterious craft, known as the Haunebu, was developed in an attempt to achieve aerial superiority. The image shows a group of German officers posing proudly next to the advanced disc-shaped aircraft. The Haunebu project was shrouded in secrecy, with only a handful of top engineers and scientists involved. It was believed to be capable of vertical takeoff and high-speed maneuvers ahead of its time. The technology behind this saucer was
Like
a
a
blend of
UFO,
advanced propulsion systems and unorthodox engineering. Despite the ambitious efforts, the project never
just like
fully
a
materialized into a functional war machine. What other secrets might still be hidden from this era? Do you think these advanced technologies influenced post-war developments? Share your thoughts. Let us know in the comments with the hashtag #FancyTopic. Number 10. Borghild Project, Nazi adult toy. One major
Toy?
issue faced by the Nazi regime during
At
the
the time of
war
the war?
was the spread of sexually transmitted diseases
STDs.
such as syphilis, primarily contracted by soldiers from sex workers. To tackle this problem, Hitler initiated a project known as the Borghild Project,
Oh my God.
which aimed to produce blow-up dolls as a hygienic alternative for soldiers. This top-secret initiative
Like
was
they were
launched in
fucking the
1940,
dolls?
inspired by SS Chief Heinrich Himmler, who had brought the syphilis issue to Hitler's attention. The life-size dolls were designed to be portable, fitting into a soldier's backpack, and remarkably, they even made it into production. The dolls were created with the intent of providing a safe outlet for soldiers' sexual
that
needs,
time
thereby
now we see
reducing
those
the
dolls
risk
coming.
of disease and maintaining the health of the troops. Each doll was crafted to be as realistic as
Very
possible,
shocking,
with
huh?
features
Oh my
intended to
God.
make them a suitable substitute for human companionship. However, despite the practical reasoning behind the project, it faced significant resistance from the soldiers themselves. Many were unwilling to carry these dolls into
Of
battle,
course.
fearing the embarrassment if they were
You
captured.
take out
Yeah.
a
The
doll.
Borghild
How?
Project remains a topic of debate, with some considering it a historical fact and others dismissing it as a hoax. The secrecy surrounding the project and the lack of concrete evidence make it difficult to ascertain the truth. Regardless, the Borghild Project highlights the lengths to which the Nazi regime would go to address issues within their ranks, blending practicality with the bizarre. Number 9. Z4 computers.
Computers.
The Z4 is recognized as the world's first commercial digital computer and the oldest programmable computer. It was developed by Konrad Zuse, a civil engineer and computer scientist with funding from the German Air Ministry. Zeus's Z series of computers were groundbreaking, setting the stage for future advancements in computer technology. The construction of the
That time
Z4
computer
began in
used to be so
1943,
big.
utilizing electromagnetic relays, and was capable of solving
digital,
complex
like, what's the
engineering
difference?
and
Now we have
mathematical
those in
problems
pockets.
beyond human capabilities.
what is the meaning of
After
digital
World War
means
II,
what?
the Z4 continued to influence the development of computing technology.
was
It
not
was
the first
relocated to
computer,
Switzerland, where it was used
First,
by the
like
Swiss
something
Federal
like that can
Institute
do
of
such
Technology,
more
Zurich, for
calculations.
several
Yeah,
years.
right.
The Z4's legacy is evident in the evolution of modern computers, as it introduced many concepts and technologies that are still in use today.
Like,
The Z4's contribution to the field of computing cannot be overstated, as it laid the foundation for the digital age we live in now. Number 8. The V-2 rocket.
Oh.
World War II, despite its horrors, spurred numerous technological advancements that, while initially developed for destructive purposes, later found applications in other fields. One notable invention was the V-2 rocket, a German ballistic missile designed to give Nazi Germany a technological edge over its enemies. The development of the V-2 rocket began in 1936 under the leadership of Wernher von Braun. On October 3rd, 1942, the first successful launch of this engineering marvel took place. As the first long-range guided ballistic missile, the V-2 significantly altered the dynamics of warfare, providing Germany with a temporary strategic advantage. The impact of the V-2 rocket was felt immediately. On September 6, 1944, the first V-2 missile was launched against Paris. Just 2 days later, Germany began a campaign of bombardment against Britain, ultimately launching over 1,100 V-2s, resulting in the deaths of more than 5,000 people. The V-2 missiles were impressive in size, measuring approximately 47 feet in length and weighing between 28,000 and 29,000 pounds, with a payload capacity of up to 1,600 pounds. Their ability to strike targets from long distances with high precision marked a significant leap in military technology. In the aftermath of World War II, the V-2 rocket's technology was extensively studied by other nations. Both the United States and the Soviet Union captured German scientists and engineers, including Wernher von Braun, to advance their own missile and space programs. The innovations developed for the V-2 laid the groundwork for future space exploration. The technology behind the V-2 rocket was crucial in the development of rockets that eventually took humans to the moon. Thus, a weapon of war inadvertently paved the way for one of humanity's greatest achievements in space exploration. Number 7. Jerry cans.
Jerry cans? Or the cans in which you put oil and everything.
The Wehrmacht Einheitscanister, but to the rest of the world, it was simply known as the Jerry can. The nickname Jerry derived from the slang term for Germans used by Allied forces. Despite its unassuming appearance, the Jerry can, developed in 1937 by the Müller engineering firm in Schwelm, Germany, was a revolutionary innovation. Designed by the firm's chief engineer, Vincenz Grünvogel, this fuel container played a crucial role in the logistics of World War II, facilitating the efficient transportation of fuel for the Nazi war machines. The effectiveness of the jerry can did not go unnoticed by the Allied forces. The United States, recognizing its superiority, quickly developed their own version with minor modifications. This design was also adopted by other Allied nations, highlighting the jerry can's versatility and utility. After the war, the jerry can continued to be an invaluable tool in both civilian and industrial settings. Its design has endured, and it remains a widely used container for transporting liquids, illustrating its lasting impact as one of World War II's most practical inventions. Number 6. Chloroquine.
Chloroquine?
Chloroquine, a medication commonly used to prevent and treat malaria, has its origins in Nazi Germany. Developed in 1934, it was initially known as Rasochen. The quest to create this drug began after World War I, when the German government sought an alternative to quinine, the primary treatment for malaria at the time. Hans Andersag and his colleagues at Bayer's laboratory were the brains behind this discovery. However, for many years, Rasochen was deemed too toxic for human use and was largely ignored. Chloroquine's journey from a neglected compound to a frontline anti-malarial drug is a testament to the persistent efforts in medical research during wartime. Over the years, chloroquine has saved countless lives, especially in regions where malaria is endemic. Its effectiveness in both treatment and prevention has made it a staple in the fight against this deadly disease. Despite the development of newer drugs and the emergence of drug-resistant strains of malaria, chloroquine remains a significant part of global malaria control strategies, underscoring its lasting medical importance. Number 5. Nerve agents.
Nerve agents.
During the bloody days of the Second World War, experimentation led to the creation of some of the deadliest weapons mankind has ever seen. One such invention was the nerve agents developed by the Nazis as part of their chemical warfare program. These lethal chemicals were initially introduced in the 1930s by German researchers searching for a more effective insecticide than nicotine. The outbreak of the war, however, provided an opportunity for these scientists to explore other, more sinister uses for these compounds. Through extensive study, they discovered that even minute amounts of these chemicals caused devastating effects on the human body, leading to the birth of a new class of weapons. Interestingly, there are various theories about why the Nazis did not deploy these chemical weapons. Some suggest it was due to fear of Allied retaliation, while others believe the weapons were not ready for use. Regardless of the reasons, nerve agents remain among the deadliest weapons ever developed. Over the years, even more potent chemical weapons have been created by Germany and other powerful nations. Despite international bans on their research and development, the legacy of these nerve agents is a chilling reminder of the potential for chemical warfare. Number 4. Night vision.
Night vision was also developed by the Nazis.
Soldiers faced the nearly impossible task of
I have only
navigating enemy
used these in
territories
games.
and engaging in combat
What's that
under the
night
cover
vision
of
that we
darkness.
see
You can see
through
in
the
night,
dark?
yeah,
Forces
green.
an edge in
thing.
nighttime
Oh, yeah.
operations.
Now
German
it's
scientists worked on developing night vision technology. By 1939, their efforts bore fruit with the creation of the ZG-1229 Vampire, a night vision device that weighed about 5 pounds. This equipment was fitted with
2.5
lugs at
kg.
weapons production factories, and soldiers who used these night vision guns were dubbed the Night Hunters. They played a
Night
crucial role in
Hunters.
several German military campaigns. The Vampire included a sight, an infrared spotlight, a wooden-cased battery for the light, and another battery inside a gas mask container to power the image converter. This innovative searchlight used a conventional tungsten light source shining through a filter that allowed only infrared light to pass. Unlike modern thermal imaging, this device operated in the upper infrared light spectrum and was not sensitive to body heat. The night vision technology saw extensive use during the war, and even some Nazi tanks were equipped with it. However, the war ended not long after the German soldiers began using this technology. Since
So they
then,
couldn't use
night
it that
vision
much.
devices have undergone significant advancements, improving their effectiveness and applications both in military operations and in various civilian fields. Today, night vision technology is integral to numerous activities, from military operations to wildlife observation and even search and rescue missions. Number 3. RPGs.
RPGs.
The Panzerschreck, a Nazi weapon used by Germany during the
Panzerschreck.
Second World War, was one of the earliest rocket-propelled grenades, RPGs, to see combat. The Panzerschreck featured a lightweight steel tube about 5 feet long and weighing approximately 20 pounds. It was capable of launching a 7-pound rocket-propelled grenade, enabling the Nazi army to conduct more aggressive and devastating attacks. The grenade launcher operated similarly to the American bazooka, although Germany
Bazooka.
claimed it was not a copy. However, the resemblance is too striking to ignore.
Yeah.
To operate the Panzerschreck, the soldier loaded the rocket into the tube, aimed at the target, and pulled 2 triggers. One to cock the ignition system, and the other to fire the grenade. To protect the operator from the rocket's backblast, the weapon was held on the shoulder with about half the tube protruding forward. The Panzerschreck had an effective range of up to 500 feet, and could penetrate armor up to 8.25 inches thick, which was more than sufficient to defeat Allied tanks of the time.
Wow.
The development and deployment of the German RPGs significantly changed the dynamics of ground combat. They set a precedent for future advancements in anti-tank weaponry. The Panzerschreck's design influenced the development of more sophisticated RPGs used by militaries around the world. Today, RPGs continue to be a vital part of modern military arsenals, demonstrating the enduring impact of this World War II innovation. Number 2. Volkswagen
Volkswagen
Beetle.
Beetle?
The Volkswagen Beetle
Why was a
is
car
renowned as the best-selling
invented
car of
at
all
that time?
time, but its origins are far from widely known. During his rule over Germany, Adolf Hitler envisioned creating a reliable car that hard-working German families could afford. To bring this vision to life, he met with car designer Ferdinand Porsche in 1935
Oh, his name is
to discuss
Ferdinand
the
Porsche.
development of an
From that we got
affordable,
Porsche.
easy-to-maintain
Yeah.
vehicle, capable of traveling quickly on the Autobahn, which was rapidly expanding throughout Germany. This meeting led to the creation of the VW Beetle, a groundbreaking car design that combined simplicity with practicality. Known as the People's Car, or Volkswagen in German, the Beetle soon attracted attention from rival nations. Initially, the Beetle was designed to be mass-produced to support the Nazi regime's goals, and its production was a key part of the broader strategy to showcase Germany's technological prowess. However, as time passed, the car's image shifted dramatically. By the 1960s, the rear-engined, air-cooled Beetle had become a symbol of peace and love within American hippie culture, starkly contrasting its troubled beginnings. Today, Volkswagen, the company founded by the Nazi regime, has transformed into the largest car manufacturer in the world. It owns several prestigious car brands, including Lamborghini, Audi, Bentley, and Porsche. Over the years,
All big
Volkswagen
brands.
has shed its propaganda-driven origins and established itself as a reliable car manufacturer with a global presence, producing vehicles that are cherished by millions around the world. Number 1.
Number 1. Fanta!
As the Second World War intensified,
Wow.
Germany faced numerous sanctions that severely impacted its economy. One American company affected by these sanctions was Coca-Cola. By the time Hitler and the Third Reich annexed Austria, Coca-Cola had been producing its popular soda in Germany for nearly a decade. However, after the attack on Pearl Harbor, all American companies were forced to cease their operations in Germany. This sudden halt in supplies from America left German Coca-Cola factories unable to produce their signature beverage. In response, Max Keith, the head of the German division of
Look at the
Coca-Cola,
flavors.
decided to create a new kind of soda using available ingredients. Working with his team of chemists, Keith devised a recipe using leftovers from other food industries, including food shavings, apple fibers and pulp, beet sugar, and a variety of other ingredients. The
Beet
result was a
sugar.
new beverage named Fanta, derived
Fanta.
from the German word fantasy, meaning imagination, as Keith
That's a
encouraged his
German
team
word,
to use their
fantasy.
creativity. The creation of
English
Fanta was a significant achievement, as it allowed the Coca-Cola company in Germany to continue operating despite the challenging wartime conditions. Interestingly, Fanta's original recipe was quite different from the modern version.
When I was
we
a
know
child, I used to
today.
love Fanta.
After the war,
Love Fanta.
this Nazi-era invention gradually became integrated into the mainstream Coca-Cola market worldwide, evolving into the beloved fruity soda enjoyed by millions around the globe.
Yeah.
Fanta's origin story is a testament to innovation under adversity.
This is a very different side to what we have been knowing. Like, we thought that Nazi Germany was only known for, killing people and doing all those things, but no, they had created so many things, like even the medicine that was created, like to boost the energy, to boost the soldiers into thinking that they can do anything and everything, and they used to skip their sleeps and everything, but it had a very bad effect afterwards. And also, there were a lot of things, like even the Fanta thing is something that is very crazy, because it's a very, very local drink in India, and every kid loves it because it's a very refreshing, a bit orangey taste. It's a very cool drink to have. So there were a lot of inventions that I didn't knew were made in Germany.
Honestly, they were very creative, and I would like to talk about the dolls thing. Like, that was very shocking. Like, Hitler has done all these things, like for the Germany and for the German people. Like, I would say that he could change the world if he might, like, in a positive way. But he has done all the things in the war. Like, there were a lot of inventions that could, like, help the humanity. But still, it was just the war, and it was his mindset that lead us to the destruction, I would say.
Actually, and like it was his good thinking only because his soldiers were getting STDs, so he thought, why not give them the
But
dolls?
his mindset was very limited towards the soldiers only. He could have thought about the whole world.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.